How much does it cost to restore a classic Volkswagen? This is a question that we get asked almost every single day. And it's also a question that is almost impossible to answer. There are just so many variables, from the condition of the vehicle that you're starting with to how deep your pockets are, because if you've got the money, I can find a way to spend it. Also, you need to consider whether you want a daily driver or a show car, if you want the best finishes possible, or if you're happy with something that's just going to get bashed around. All these things contribute to how much you're going to end up spending for your build. So instead of answering that question, I'm going to take you shopping with me while I order sheet metal for Karma, this year's giveaway box. Now, Audrey and I have got our list and we're heading over to California Imports. This is not sponsored at all. This is just where we generally buy most of our sheet metal. And right now they have a 10% off sale on everything. So we're going to save ourselves some money. First up, we have the cargo floor cross member. That's that bit at the front there that we remember behind the seats was rusted out. We needed to get a replacement for that. $70.47. Next up, we have the right side of the cargo floor, $463.10. And then we also need the left-hand side of the cargo floor, also $463.10. That takes care of the floor in the back. Now we need the floor in the front, up where the driver and passenger seat is, and that section of flooring there is $375.54. Battery tray floor section, this is at the right side of the engine bay where the battery sits, $47.73. Then we've got the left side rear wheel arch, so this is above the back wheel on the left hand side, and that section is $139.19. This is where things get a bit ugly. That complete rear left corner that we needed that was all crunched in, this one's going to set us back $701.03, but it is available, so that's a good thing. Being able to replace that whole piece of metal in one section is going to save us a lot of time. Then we needed some hinges for the deck lid. Those are just $38.84. The lower right rocker panel, $25 for that piece. That's the piece of metal that goes underneath the sliding door rail where the sliding door opens. And then this next piece is basically just the continuation of that piece beyond the sliding door. And that piece is $32.85. Heading up towards the front of the bus now, we have the front inner wheel housing for the left side, and that is $34.81. Tackling our crunchy front nose, we've got the lower inner front nose section, $161.08. And then we have our actual nose section, which basically goes from half the way down the front to the bottom, and that piece is $336.01. Then we just have the dog legs for either side. They call it a front wheel arch section, and those are $55.12 each. There was only one piece of sheet metal that we needed that was not in stock, and we'll circle back and find that next time. And this is the point where I scroll through, make sure that I haven't missed anything, and brace myself for impact. Fortunately, with that sale, we are saving about $300 on this order, but the total is $2,699.09. Please don't go to your local restoration place and say that, I know that those parts only cost $3,000, because what you're not factoring into this is labor. Most shops are going to charge you anywhere from $60 to $150 an hour for labor, and metalwork is incredibly labor intensive. If you're taking it to a shop, please understand that your labor costs on this much metalwork are going to be substantial, into the tens of thousands of dollars. This is why you should learn to weld or marry a Mr. Culp that can do it for you, because the labor is where it gets really fucking expensive. Anyway, that's my little shopping expedition for today. Thanks for joining us. Cheers fucking eats watching, guys. See you, love you, bye.